Hey, what's up, everybody? Carolina Jackpot checking in. It's August 18th. We are exactly 2 weeks away from meaningful college football, and most teams in the country are going to tee it up on September the 1st for the inaugural game of the 2018 season. I'm ready. I hope that each and every one of you guys are as well. One game that I want to look into in my little Destroying Las Vegas series this year is Game 1, West Virginia Mountaineers versus the Tennessee Volunteers. It's an interesting matchup. These guys have never faced off before, and they're going to do it in Charlotte at the Carolina Panthers Bank of America Stadium in the Belt College Football Kickoff. West Virginia, depending on where you look, is a 9.5 to 10-point favorite against the Volunteers. Of course, Jeremy Pruitt, in his first year as head man in Knoxville, he was a defensive coordinator at Georgia, and most notably, and of recent vintage, was the defensive coordinator for Nick Saban at the University of Alabama. Do I think Jeremy Pruitt is going to turn the Tennessee program around? I don't know. I really don't. This is, and this whole game is kind of like a battle of the known versus the unknown. What we do know is that Will Greer is the quarterback at West Virginia. And we do know they have some talent in the skill positions and that they're going to score a ton of points. We also know that they're going to give up some points. West Virginia gave up almost 32 points a game last year versus 2016 where they only gave up like 24 points a game. Got to improve on that. They do have 5 returning starters on defense, so I think they'll batten down the hatches a little bit more this year because they know that they have got to hold some of these teams down if they want to win meaningful games in the Big 12. Tennessee, bad last year on both sides of the ball. Under Butch Jones, guy got booted out of Knoxville right there before the end of the season. And I do think that Pruitt, with a defensive mind, is going to turn that around. If you've kept up with any Tennessee offseason stuff, you watched any of his interviews, listened to him, if you've read up on him, you won't see him say a lot of positive stuff about his team. Okay, so he's not the sunshine pumper Butch Jones was. He's not the everything looks great on my end of the rainbow type that Butch Jones was. This guy's a realist. He knows that they got work to do on both sides of the ball, and I think he's up to the task. They do not have a starting quarterback named as of yet. They've got like 3 guys in contention for this position. Keller Christ, who was a transfer from Stanford. Then you have Jarrett Guarantano, who took, you'd say, a majority of the snaps last year as Tennessee's starting quarterback, and Will McBride, who also saw some action last year. And then there's a freshman in there as well. So talking about the unknown, they really don't have it solved there yet. They do have Ty Chandler in the backfield, who will be their starting running back. But Tennessee, there's a lot there that they've got to improve on. West Virginia, if you're looking at them versus teams that Tennessee's played before, you got to kind of think of Missouri in the SEC East. Missouri and West Virginia run a lot of the same plays. They run kind of the same scheme on offense. And what happened last time that Tennessee and Missouri faced off, the Volunteers absolutely got woodshedded in Columbia, 50-17 last year. Do I think it's going to be that bad this year? No, I don't. I think Pruitt will have his team ready to play. But West Virginia, Will Greer, he is a Heisman Trophy candidate. Guy has not been able to put a full season together since he's been in college football. I do think he's going to do it this year, and I do think that he is a dark horse in that Heisman Trophy race. Last year, through 10 games, outstanding stats. And then you see what happened in the first quarter of the Texas game and the next to last game last year, went down with a broken hand. What happened? West Virginia totally fell apart. Lost that game to Texas, in which they were favored. And then the next week against Oklahoma, they absolutely got blown out. So, their fortunes will rise and fall with Will Greer. I think that they will be ready. I think that they have a little bit more big game experience and a little bit more big game success right now than Tennessee does. I do see the Vols being a game opponent. I think that they're going to keep this one close, probably into halftime or so. The Vol fans travel well. Charlotte to Knoxville and back and forth is only about a 3.5 hour drive, so I think that the stadium will be predominantly orange and white. But in the end, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. I think superior talent, depth, and experience on the West Virginia side of the ball is going to allow them to absolutely crush that 9.5 to 10 point spread. I think West Virginia is going to win this game by 2 scores. Look for them to win by 14 to 17 points. That's my take on it. Do a little research, and I think that you will agree with me. Carolina Jackpot, I'm getting out of here. Make sure you check out the rest of my videos, and make sure you check out my videos on college football this year. We're going to make a lot of them. We're going to have a lot of fun. Go Gamecocks. Woo!